Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Oxy and this is my battle for Week 8 of Season 3 of the Major Pokemon League. So this week, I'm going up against Astroid, the coach of the Chicago Chandelures. So real quick, check out Astroid, link will be down below. He's really cool and just really nice guy. Actually, though, he's just really cool. He's really cool and just nice about everything. So please check him out. Also, he makes really good content. Like, he puts a lot of effort, and he just has high-quality content. So check him out, link down below. Also, thank you and shout out to Astroid for recording my side of the battle. Thank you to him. We already did the battle, as that would indicate. But I won't spoil anything. I don't have my stats updated, as you can see. But real quick, well, actually, I'm going to be doing a team builder in this video. So just like last week, I'm going to be doing a team builder in the same video as the battle. But real quick, actually, before the team builder, we're on the hub here, as you can see, which link down below to the hub. You can check it out. It's got a bunch of cool stats and standings and everything. But real quick, we're going to be checking some things out. Looking at some stats here of my Pokemon, as you can see. Looking at the standings and things like that. Yeah, so as you can see, my team got some power. You already know my roster. I think I'll just have the team builder layout on the screen. It's because I don't want to change it in editing. So I'll just have the team builder layout already on the screen. So you can already see my roster should be above me, and Astroid's roster over there. I don't know which, whatever. But yeah, we got some power, we got some cool stats. Manaphy's got 10 kills, first one in the 10 kills club, in the double-digit kills club. As you can see, we're 5-2, plus 9 differential. That's alright for 5-2. But yeah, so we have 5 weeks left. We play Astroid here. So as you can see by the orange/yellow, more orangish color, this is the second of 2 non-divisional games. So after this, we have 4 more divisional games against Jordy, Jolt, Dench, and Cypher in that order, and all those games are rematches. So I've already played those coaches earlier in the season, so I'm going to be playing all of them again, and that should be tough, because in the first rematch that we had, which was against Dan, didn't go out, or didn't go so well, so let's hope we have a better, or let's hope we do better in those other rematches. But yeah, for now, we just got to worry about Astroid. So let's look at the standings here. Also, one thing I did not mention earlier, if you just want to skip this and/or the team builder and just want to go to the battle and be lame, the timestamps that will be down below. It's at the top of the description. But yeah, so as you can see here in the Moon Division, we are in first place. We're rocking the 5-2 record, looking pretty good. Jordy's right behind us. He's 1 game behind us. It's the same differential, but he has 1 less win, so we're still ahead of him. Then Jolt is following close behind. And then Cypher also 4-3. He's got a low differential for 4-3, but he's still 4-3 nonetheless. And what matters, what is the most important is your wins. So Cypher's still right behind me in that regard. Then we have Dan. He's creeping up. He's making a run. And then Dench is sitting in the bottom, unfortunately. But hopefully Dench can make a run, because that'd be cool if Dench does, because he's still a cool lad. Then the Sun Division, we have Patrick and Aura chilling at the top. But they're starting to do well. Those guys don't really matter, because we're cool and they're not in our division. Actually, if you do not already know, 3 people from each division will make the playoffs, so 3 out of 6 in this division, 3 out of 6 in this division. So in total, 6 people will make the playoffs. So right now, it'll be these 3 from the Sun Division and these 3 from the Moon Division. So I'll show you guys the playoff race in a second, as you can see down there, that little tab, which I actually made myself. But let's look at Astroid real quick. He's got the 3-4 record. So he's almost in playoffs. He's not quite in there right now, but he's close. He is 1 game back of Bicer. He's really close. So if he wins this game and Bicer loses, he might be in the playoffs. Or I think he would be. It would depend on differential, but he would be in the playoffs as of now. But we still have 5 more. We still have 5 more weeks and then 4 more after this. So that doesn't really matter. Or at least not this week alone. I'm not going to try to make this too long, because it's already like 4 minutes in pieces. But yeah, as you can see here, it's a Sun Division. This isn't too fancy of a little tab here, but it is cool. So right now, I'm the 1 seed, and I have the bye. So that'd be cool if we can, if we can hold on to that, we can stick to that 1 seed. That'd be cool. I'm trying to do that, but Jolt and Jordy, but mainly Jolt. He's right behind me, and he's been doing really well as of late. He's won 3 in a row. So that's kind of scary, but I do get to play Jolt again in week 10. That's a match I'm kind of scared of, but I'm really excited for. So if I beat Jolt, that'll put me in good position. But in your mouth, we gotta worry about Astroid this week. That's our main focus, and that is Astroid. So let's go to his page here. Load up, please. Be decent internet and MPL dock, and things load. He's the cool roster. You can already see it on the screen. But yeah, so as you can see, he drafted. He's got Mew, a Dragon, Volcarona, Mega Sableye, Cobalion, Talonflame, Napoleon, Electros, Garchomp, and Lapras. Yeah, so this is Astroid. Where's the link? I'm supposed to show it. It would, but it's failing. Whatever. Yeah, check him out. Link down below. But there should be a link here as I hover my mouse over it, but the internet and stuff's failing because I'm recording. But yeah, so there's his roster there. I guess I'll talk about it now, or should I show my team? I'll talk about it now. So the main threats, the Pokemon I expect the most is the Talonflame, because that thing, it just gets really good, really spammable stab being Reaper. It also gets good coverage, and also stab being Flurblitz. I didn't even scroll down. Being Flurblitz, just find a nice fire stab. It hits a lot of things on my team, even though I do have a couple things that could switch in, like Skarmory could switch into Brave-Birds or could Tyrantrum, but even then, still this thing could be a threat, because like Riz, who did mock battle versus me, thank you to Riz, he brought a Will-Wisp Talonflame. It was like Will-Wisp, Flurblitz, Brave-Bird, and Roost. So he could bring that. I think he'll bring SD somewhere on there, but I could see like SD over Flurblitz on the set that Riz brought. So he could have Willow. So that will be something to look out for, hopefully. But Talonflame is a big threat. And actually, I do have the Volcarona on the bottom of that list of what I expect to come, because I don't know what it just did with my thumb. I don't know if you saw that. That was weird. But I do have the Volcarona on the bottom because I don't think he'll bring both Talonflame and Volcarona, because partially just because I don't think they do that well together, and also because, as you can see here, he's not brought Volcarona and Talonflame in these same weeks. The 2 weeks he did not bring Talonflame, other 2 weeks he brought Volcarona. So I don't expect those two. On its own, I think he could bring. I think he could bring the Volcarona, but I think Talonflame just does better. So I mean, I'm still gonna prep for both, but I'm just saying what I think. Then Mew is just a nice threat. It could have Defog, it could have Stealth Rocks, it could be bulky, it could be offensive. It has a lot of setup. It can just do a lot of things. He usually runs a defensive, but he has run an offensive setup at least once or twice, so he could do that. He has Hydreigon, he has Garchomp, he has his Dragons. I think one's going to come, and I think Garchomp is. I could see both, I could see none, but I think one of them's going to come, and I think it's going to be Garchomp. I could see it being a Scarf, I could see it being a Yachi Berry like Riz brought. He could bring us just like a Stealth Rocker with 3 attacks, and then Yachi, that would make a lot of sense. Then he has the Electros. I really expect that to come with probably Assault Vest, because I think every time he's brought it, it's had Assault Vest. Maybe once he did not bring AV, but I think every time, or most of the time, he's brought AV. So I highly expect the Electros to come. It can be a nice check to Manaphy. Also, a pretty good switch into Raikou. He's everything. He has Mega Sableye, which is always just bulky, always just a threat. I have things on my team that can kind of take, that can just do well against Mega Sableye and kind of take advantage of it, potentially being setup fodder. So we'll see how that goes. But I have things on my team that can only deal with Mega Sableye. Then he has the Cobalion, which I could see coming. It's a pretty nice rocker. I could see like offensive Rocks, or maybe like kind of bulky, switching to Glalie. I could see that, but he might not. I think just on a team of 6, I think it'll be kind of tough for him to bring it. I could see him, finding space on that team of 6, but I think he's just gonna have trouble fitting Cobalion in there. So that's why I have it ranked kind of low. Then he has Empoleon, a nice defogger, gets rocks too. The Scald spam is always nice. It gets pretty good coverage for my team just with stab. It'll be a lot of 50-50s kind of if that thing comes, and like if it then comes in. It'll be a lot of 50-50s. So I could switch into. Actually, I'm not going to talk about my team yet, but I'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, I kind of went over most of the things on his team. He has a Lapras. I have that at like 7th, I think, in the little ranking, because I think it could come, because he definitely likes bringing Lapras, and also he could bring it as a nice switch into Glalie, or just bulky, and it's pretty good overall. It is pretty good just coverage for my team. Especially because it does get Freeze Dry, which can hit the 2 water types that would otherwise resist with its stabs. So it definitely gets good coverage for my team, and I could see it coming, absolutely. So I kind of went over everything. I didn't really go over the rankings of everything too much, but I feel like I don't really need to. But yeah, so now we're going to go into Team Builder. I don't want to stop recording, so I think I'll just like cut like a certain part of this. Or like I'll edit or I'll kind of crop the screen in editing, is what I'm saying. But yeah, so the actual sort of running. So just these first. Might as well. So quick shout out, quick thank you to Super Gassy. He did help me a little bit in team building towards the end. This was after I was kind of done my team. I had not genned it yet. Actually I can gen now because Hungry was cool, and so we are not screwed over by Nintendo sucking. At least as of now. Hopefully they don't patch it soon. But thanks to Super Gassy, he helped me out a little bit with some things. He gave me this idea for this Infernape set, because at first I did have like a somewhat specially defensive Infernape with some speed to outspeed like max speed Garchomp, I think. So it had the same speed it does now, but it was like pretty specially defensive. It had bulk up flirt with close combat as it does now, and then slack off. It could set up on Mega Sableye pretty well. It could be nice switching to that as well. So that's why I had that, but I then changed it to offensive Life Orb set because Swords Dance, because then I realized, thanks to Super Yassi, how well just offensive just SD like Infernape does against this team. Because really, if I can kill Talonflame, or like if he doesn't bring it for whatever reason, then Infernape can kind of sweep. I mean, he does have the Garchomp, which could be Scarf, so I'll have to try to scout for that, and then if it is, I'll have to try to weaken it down. But I can hopefully play around that, because really Garchomp and Talonflame, like if I have an SD up there, are the only things that can stop me, really, TBH, because everything else that would like maybe outspeed me, like Hydreigon, I can Mach Punch it, maybe like Scarf Cobalion, I can Mach Punch it. Now I do have enough speed to outspeed max speed Garchomp, as I said earlier, or max speed Jolly Garchomp, that is. I could have carried enough speed to outspeed the Cobalion. I thought about it, because Cobalion does have the same speed as Infernape at 108, so I thought about, just going max speed so I could outspeed max speed Cobalion. But then I thought, if I'm at +2, if it's offensive, then Mach Punch outgoes it, so I don't really need to. I mean, I might come into a situation where I might not Mach Punch it, like if it's either at full health or close to full health, and I do not have a Sword Sense up, then, I would probably click Flippets or Close Combat. So then, I would want to outspeed it, but, of these 6 that I expect to come, I don't think that he's going to bring the Cobalion, so even if it does, I can Mach Punch, so I'm not too worried. I mean, it does give me a little more bulk, which I don't really need, but also one reason I have a little more bulk is because of Life Orb damage. Life Orb is 1/10 of your health, so I'd rather have it doing 1/10, which would be 15, because Pokemon rounds down, than, what's this, Showdown, be cool, then I'm doing 1, because, I mean, it'll still do 15, but like, that would, if I had no HP, then it would do a higher percent of my health, so I just want to maximize, or not quite maximize, but almost maximize the percent of health that I'm getting, or that I'm, minimize the percent of health that I'm losing from Life Orb. Just wanted to clarify that, go to do EV spread, yeah. As I said earlier, I've already done battle, so I can't really change anything that I've already done here. If you think I've made some mistakes and done some bad things, I can't really change them, so whatever. Also, I do not play Astroid again, unless it's from the Pokeball, which is possible, but I don't know. But next, let's just go to Raikou here. Yeah, that's the Infernape set. Also, yeah, this card really hits everything on his team. It's not really a Talonflame, but everything else I hit for at least neutrally, and I could potentially set up only Mega Sableye. That's really the only thing I can set up on for the most part, but that's fine though, because I don't really need a Sword Sense up, because if I weaken things down enough, which I could very easily do, then Infernape can just clean up. So that's kind of the plan. But next week, bracket, we have Tesla here, as you can see, as I take a little drink here. Because I'm talking a lot and my mouth is dry words. So Scarf Raikou here, we got T-Bolt, Volt Switch, HBI, Spore Sphere. Actually, one thing I did not realize until like right before I started recording is, so I EV'd it to outspeed and max speed Cobalion, and that was when I was timid and I did not have Aura Sphere. Then, until like just now, I realized if he's max speed Jolly, I won't outspeed him because I have to be rash to carry Aura Sphere. But it didn't come into play in the battle. I mean, it only would have mattered if either my Scarf was knocked off, so my Scarf was knocked off, or if he was Scarf as well. But spoilers, I guess, it does not come into play. Whatever. So T-Bolt, Volt Switch, nice stab. Volt Switch, nice to get some, or nice to just, pivot around to be cool. HB Ice is mainly for the Garchomp, but really Electric and Ice hits everything on his team for at least neutrally. That's nice. And I have Aura Sphere in the last slot because I don't really need anything else. Also, it's a nice neutral, nice safe play to go for if he brings Garchomp, because I would have to make a ballsy play, either going for the HB Ice thinking it will come in, or going for T-Bolt or Volt Switch thinking it won't come in. And then if I'm in against Napoleon or something, and I think he's going to switch, and I go for HB Ice, then it's going to do nothing, and I'm Scarf, so I'm locked in, I would have to switch out. But if he does bring Garchomp, and then he switches in Garchomp on a T-Bolt or Volt Switch, then I'm locked in, I would have to switch out. So that's why I have Aura Sphere here, just to get us some nice chip damage. I think it does around 30 or so per, yeah, I think it does like 30% to Garchomp. Just to get some chip damage, and just a nice safe play, that way I don't have to make a prediction. It minimizes the plays I have to make, and just kind of helps me overall, just because I don't want to have to make predictions, I don't have to make plays. But yeah, so as I said earlier, the speed, which I messed up, which I didn't realize until now, but it's whatever, it doesn't really come into play. And I have the rest on in the defense, so I can take Brave Birds from Talonflame as best as possible. Yeah, so next we got Nidoqueen, we have Stephanie, carrying a Life Orb Sheer Force. Actually, fun fact, I didn't realize, I didn't really do this intentionally, but this team's actually the same 6 mons that I brought week 2, and this team is pretty hyper-offensive. I have 1 defensive Pokemon and 1 kind of support Pokemon. Similar to week 2, how I carried 1 defensive Pokemon and 5 offensive Pokemon. It was the same 6, and that was against bench, by the way. It was the same 6 Pokemon that I brought week 2, and I brought some kind of similar sets week 2, like I brought Life Orb, Sheer Force, Nidoqueen with 3 attacks and Hazard, and I bring that again. I mean, in week 2 I had Toxic Spikes, this week I have Stealth Rocks, but yeah, so I'm playing with this thing. So I max special attack so I can hit as hard as possible. So with the Life Orb still intact, it might get knocked off by Electros or something, or anything else I could carry knockoff. That's possible, but hopefully it doesn't. But if I still have the Life Orb intact, then I can 2-hit KO a physically defensive Mega Sableye with Earth Power. So that's why I have Stealth Rocks on this thing, so that I can get out my rocks pretty safely, pretty easily, because I can 2-hit KO the Mega Sableye, so it's not going to want to come in on this thing. So I can get out my rocks. I have something that I know can get up my Stealth Rocks, because they're very important to weaken down Talonflame, which if Talonflame's gone, Infernape can just tear a big hole through his team and potentially sweep. So I want to weaken down the Talonflame as best as possible, and Stealth Rocks are a great way to do that. So I have Nidoqueen here, which is a great Pokemon to set Stealth Rocks in the matchup, because he has the Mega Sableye, which could very well hinder me setting up rocks, but because I can 2-hit KO it, it doesn't really hinder me too much, because he's probably not going to try to switch in Sableye on this thing. If he does, then if I set up rocks on the switch in, then good play on his part, but I think I can manage around that, and I think I can play well with it. Yeah, so I have Earth Power, Sludge Wave, and T-Bolt. It's just good coverage for his team. I could have carried like Ice Beam for Garchomp, but I have T-Bolt in the last slot because it hits like a Lapras, it hits Empoleon, which Earth Power does already hit, but I think he could carry a Shuka Berry, because I think the last 2 weeks he has carried Shuka, and he's starting to get into carrying berries, so he's really starting to do that and really liking that now. So I could see him carrying a Shuka on the Empoleon as a nice little lure for the Nidoqueen. So I have T-Bolt just in case if it's in a range where a Earth Power would not kill if it's Shuka, but a T-Bolt would. So that's just a little plan there, just a little prep, because I don't really need anything else in that other move slot. So yeah, I have a little bit of speed just in case if he wants to carry anything to creep Nidoqueen. There's nothing really under me that I need to creep. Maybe Lapras, but I feel like I don't need to. Maybe Empoleon, but I don't think he'll carry that much speed. If he does, then he does. Also, I don't think he really speed creeps. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This team is pretty long. I'm gonna try to speed it up a little bit. But yeah, next we got Whimsicott, we got Mimsy, we got Leftovers with the same set I carried week 1, or the same move set, not the same EV spread, but same set I carried week 1 with Moonblast, Leech Seed, Encore, and U-Turn, just because I feel like it's a nice support set. It does the job pretty well. So Moonblast, just nice stab hits thing. Leech Seed is just nice whittle things down. I could switch into this like Empoleon, maybe Electros, Encore. It's meant, what was it originally meant for? Okay, this thing originally was offensive. I think I had Life Orb, then I changed that to like Sash. I changed it to some other things, but originally it was offensive. Then I changed it to a more defensive one. That way I could switch in. That's something I could deal with the Mew, because this thing can just deal with that pretty well. So if I switch into it as it goes for a soft boil, then I can just encore it into that, and then we all do good. And I can weaken it down with the Leech Seed. That's nice. And I have U-turns to keep initiative or just to poop around things. It's just nice. So we're carrying a lot of speed, enough speed, outspeed, max speed, Jelly Garchomp, just like with Infernape, just because it's a big threat. I don't really have a great switch in. I could have carried Skarm, but even then, I just didn't really feel like Skarm fit into this team that I wanted to bring. I thought about it, but yeah. So yeah, I have Moonblast, it hits that thing. Leech Seed, yeah, I already went over the moves, what am I doing? But also I have Encore over Taunt. I was thinking about Taunt, but I went for Encore. Because it can help against the Volcarona. Like if he thinks he could set up on me, I can go for like Leech Seed as it Quiver Dances, then I can Encore it next turn, and then I can just whittle it down. I can beat it 1v1 by locking it into Quiver Dance, which is really nice. So the EVs, yeah, I went over the speed. I have max F, so I can take Psychics from Mew as best as possible. It still does like 35-40%, even if he's like max defensive with no special attack investment. So that thing hits pretty hard with base 100 special attack, and Whimsicott's not that bulky, unfortunately. And I have enough HP because Leftovers, so Leftovers heal 1/16 of your health. So I want to maximize the percentage of health I'm healing from Leftovers. So I have 144, which is a God, my fourth. Hold on. I have 144, which is divisible by 16. So I just want to maximize the amount of health I'll get back each turn from Leftovers. So just want to clarify that. Then I have the rest in special attack, which does allow me to 2-hit KO if it's physically defensive Mega Sableye. Even if there's a little bit of spit F, I can still 2-hit KO it. So that's cool. Yeah, that's about all you need for Mimsy there. Then we have Mega Glalie, pretty cool. So we have max speed. Let's go over that. So we can speed type max speed. Timid Volcarona, or like max speed Timid or Jolly or whatever. Mew, because they're both base 100s. So I just want to speed tie at the worst of both those things. So we have Double Edge, Earthquake, Super Fang, and Ice Shark, as you can see. Yeah, max attack. I don't really need D4 and anything. It is what it is. It's just there because it's cool. But Double Edge, just hard hitting stab. Earthquake hits mainly for the Empoleon, also for the Cobalion, because those two things, and the Lapras, I guess, are the three most likely things that will be his switch-ins that are dedicated for Mega Glalie. But I have Earthquake, and Super Fang, which can help whittle and just weaken those things down, which is really nice. And Ice Shard's nice to check those Dragon types, being Hydreigon and Garchomp. Also, like, if I'm really healthy, or at full health, then I can live Brave Bird from, even a Sharp Beak Talonflame. So, if he wants to do that, I can live it and then Ice Shard, or if he wants to Flare Blitz, which he probably would if I'm at max health, then I can Ice Shard, get some damage off first. So that's just nice. Pretty simple set here. I thought about not bringing it, but I really wanted to bring it, and I really like the work it could put in. In my test battle versus Fritz, it was a nice threat late game. I actually did lose the test battle, but we did talk about some things after the match and we fixed some things. I feel like that is going to help me in the battle. The things that we did fix. But yeah, this thing could definitely be a big threat to his team, especially it can just help weaken things down. I don't know if it's going to get too many kills, but it's just nice just to weaken things down, which can help for any late game, or just weaken things down. It's just really nice. It could get some kills itself. I'd love for it to. I don't know though. We'll see. But next and finally, the last Pokemon on this team, we have Tyrantrum. We got Chris Pratt. Similar set to week 2. It's going max defense, max HP. This is meant as my switch into Talonflame. Talonflame is a huge threat to my team, and I want to have a switch in. Originally I had Shuka-Berry as a switch in, or not switch in, but a little lure for Garchomp. I also had Ice Fang on it, but I took that off because I was talking to Riz. I put on Rocky Helmet, which is nice, because it can now weaken down the Talonflame even more, especially if I got up Stealth Rocks. I can just weaken it down, and Rocky Helmet, and then Brave Bird damage. Oh man, so much damage on the Talonflame. Mwah, that'd be sexy. Don't have any speed, because I feel like I don't really need any. I mean, he could creep some things, but I don't think he really speed creeps. He doesn't do team builders, but in the battles, or right before them, he shows his team, and then I look at the stats, and then I put that in Showdown, and then I see what his EV spreads are. And then I saw he doesn't really speed creep, at least I don't think he does. But if he does creep my Tyrantrum, good for him. So I have a superpower, Dragon Tail, Head Smash, and Stealth Rocks. So I could have carried Earthquake over superpower, but I thought, my character should go on Empoleon, so this thing hits a little harder than Earthquake anyways. It's nice. It's really unmet for the Empoleon and the Cobalion. It's really the only thing I'll need Earthquake or superpower for anyways, so it is what it is. And also it's Lapras a little harder, which is nice. So I'm going to Dragon Tail, because if he wants to switch and make Sableye on this thing, especially if I have rocks up, then I can just Dragon Tail, get some chip damage on that, which is really nice, and he gets faced out, which is really cool. I've Head Smash then, and then I have Rocket, of course. Originally I had Rock Slide, but in my test battle versus Riz, he was able to burn me with a Robust, and then he went for Roost, and since from the Roost he loses his Flying type, so then Rock Slide wasn't even doing half. It was doing just under half, so I got to carry Head Smash, and it only has 10 less accuracy than Rock Slide anyways, so yeah, it is what it is. Now actually, in the last slot, I have Stealth Rocks. Now, you're probably questioning, you have rocks on Nidoqueen, no, what you doing? Now, if he does bring the Mega Sableye, then I will set up rocks with Nidoqueen. Well, this isn't totally... Okay, the plan is, not necessarily saying this is going to happen, but if he does bring Mega Sableye, the plan is set up rocks with Nidoqueen. But if he does not bring Mega Sableye, then Tyrantrum can set up rocks, because if he does bring Sableye, that'll be a pretty good switch into Tyrantrum. So then I won't want to set up rocks Tyrantrum then, because he can switch into that and the Magic Bounce now. So I'll just Dragon Tail. But if he does not bring Sableye, and I still want to, personally, if he doesn't bring Sableye, I can set up rocks with this. Also, he has two pretty good defoggers, being Mew and Empoleon. So I could set up rocks with Nidoqueen, and he defaults. Then later, I bring a Tyrantrum, get up rocks, and then bam, especially because he's not going to expect that. So, I can get up rocks and really just weakening down Talonflame. It's going to be so incredibly important. In my test battle versus Riz, I did set up rocks when he was able to defog them, and then not having him up in the duration of the battle really hurt me, because Talonflame was able to just tear a big hole through my team. So I really, really want rocks up. So I'm carrying rocks on this and Queen because they're so important to get up. And he's two pretty good defaulters, so I need to make sure I can get rocks up, weaken down Talonflame. That is the plan. This team builder was kind of long. I apologize for that. But hopefully you guys know everything you need to know about my team. They go on over everything. I need to, my little notepad here, yeah. But yeah, you hopefully like the team builder if you like the team. But yeah, let's just soar into battle. Alright guys, I'm back with the battle, as you can see here. So this week, as you should already know, we are going up against Astroid, the coaches, Chicago Chandelures. So make sure to check them out, link will be down below. I did a team builder earlier in this video. If you did not see it, then you're lame, but if you did see it, you're cool. Although it was really long, which I am sorry for. But I don't know, I kept talking. I went pretty in depth, I guess. Although like the first 5 or so minutes were just me talking about standings and stuff, so I don't know, it wasn't like that long of a team builder, but I don't know, whatever. It's just this video in total, it's probably going to be pretty long, but that's whatever. But my team here, as you can see, we have a Life Orb Needle Queen, a Support Whimsicott, a Swords Dance Inferni, a 4 attacks Mega Glalie, a defensive Tyrantrum, and a Scarfed Raikou, while Astroid is bringing a Cobalion, the Lapras, Talonflame, Electros, Mew, and Mega Sableye. So he brings kind of what I was expecting. I expected the last 4, the Talonflame, Electros, Mew, Mega Sableye, the Lapras, and Cobalion. I kind of expected, but like not totally. They weren't like the 6 that I thought he would bring in the team builder, like the exact 6, but still, I kind of prepped everything. I feel like I did an okay job with that. But as I said in the team builder, I'm actually bringing 2 Stealth Rockers, which might sound weird, but I feel like it makes sense this week because I really need to get rocks for the Talonflame, and you know, it was just kind of planned that if you did bring Sableye or did not bring Sableye, I could set up my rocks either way. But yeah, my plan is to lead Nidoqueen and you know, set up rocks if he does not lead a Sableye, and if he does, I can just, you know, hit it hard with an Earth Power. So yeah, he's issuing a challenge, or he is a girl character, I'm not sure why, probably his own reason, whatever. Yeah, so I did lead with Nidoqueen here as he leads a Sableye, and I'm just like, alright, cool, I'm gonna just bot him with an Earth Power. That's cool. Next switches out into Mew, I guess, or I think he wanted to scout how much damage this would do. Didn't want to stay in a Sableye. So it does a lot. So here it actually switches out into his Electros, which I'm not really sure about that play. I mean, I guess, you know, Earth Power, you know, he thought that was coming, so that makes sense, but like, why didn't he go into that in the first place? Maybe he thought it would set up rocks first turn, but then why wouldn't he stay in the Sableye and evolve? Not sure exactly what he was thinking there, but on the switch in, or I switched into Whimsicott when Mew was in, because Whimsicott's kind of meant to deal with the Mew. But then I'm worried about taking a Flamethrower to the face. I want the Whimsicott to be healthy. So I just go for a U-turn, just get out of there. Bring in Stephanie here. The video's kind of lagging. Stop lagging. Be good, video. Alright, so we're back. Okay. I don't know, it's just lagging. I wanted to try to close the video, and hopefully it's not going to lag me. Hopefully we should be good. There's probably like a weird pause in the video, but I'll fix that in the editing. So he just goes for a U-turn here. I thought he might, you know, go for a U-turn or a knockoff or something, but I still wanted to go into my Nidoqueen just to be safe. So he brings in the Lapras, which I could, you know, hit it hard with the T-Bolt, but I'm gonna switch out. I don't have like a great switch in just because water and ice coverage is pretty nice for my team. But I do go into Raikou here, as he does go for a Freeze Dry, if I recall correctly. Yeah, so as I did not bring either of my water types, since he went for Freeze Dry there, I'm assuming he does not have Ice Beam. But he actually gets the freeze. I'm just like, bro. Then I thaw out, so it's all good. It's like he never got the freeze at all. Well, that was just made me, I was like going up and down. I was like, no, I got frozen. Okay, no, we're good, because I thawed out. But I just go for the Volt Switch there, get some chip damage, or not, it's more than chip damage. It does like 60 or so %. I still thought he would go for another Freeze Dry, because he wouldn't want to Scald and then thaw me out. So I do make that prediction correctly, although it actually turns out he was Scarfed. I don't think we ever really get confirmation in the battle, but I talked to him after the match, and he was Scarfed, so it wasn't really a prediction, I guess, because he was locked into it, but whatever. I made a play that was cool, so I thought about going for an Earthquake here, but it would not kill the Lapras either way, so I thought let's go for a Super Fang, still do have to, anything you might want to bring in, and does do have to this Cobalion here. And we do see the leftovers here. So that kind of or from the leftovers, I'm thinking that he's more like bulky, more he's not as offensive. So I don't know if he's going to be max speed or not. I don't think he will be, because I think it's going to be more of just a bulky, more of a bulky variant that has like stealth rocks and is deep and is defensive and stuff. So I went and do anything there because I can kind of take any attack, like close combat, Iron Head. I can take it decently, you know. So I just set up rocks because Sableye is not Mega Evolved yet, so there's no reason not to. And even then, I don't think he's switching to Sableye, which he did not. So I know we can take any one from this thing. The only thing I was worried about was an Aqua Tail, potentially. So I just go for Sludge Wave, does a lot. He does go for the knockoff here and gets rid of my Life Orb. I'm not sure if that's Assault Vest. It was either a high roll with Assault Vest or a low roll without. I think he still was Assault Vest, but I'm not sure. So he brings in Sableye here, as I just go for another Sludge Wave, because I don't have a great reason not to, even if it goes into the Cobalion. I can sort of power the following turn and probably live any hit from it. Although Iron Head might knock me out from that range. I'm not sure though, whatever. Although actually judging from that knockoff damage from Electros, I think it was like max attack and adamant. So I don't think he had like any special attack. Although he could have, not sure. So he just goes for the recovery here, which makes sense. Trying to stall me out, and without my Life Orb, I'm hoping I can still 2-KO it, but I did not think I'll be able to, and it does just under half. So I'm thinking, alright, I can't get this with F drop because I have Sheer Force, so I'm just going to switch out, go to Mimsy here. It's a pretty safe play, as I think he goes into Talonflame here, actually. Interesting play on this. Yeah, he does switch out, I believe, into Talonflame. Yes, he does. I guess, you know, just thinking another Earth Power is coming, although he could have kind of stalled me out. I guess he was worried about a crit, but I don't know. It is what it is. So I'm like, no, I'm not staying, and I'm just going to my dedicated switch in Tyrantrum. Eat up what is hopefully going to be a Brave Bird, maybe a U-turn, maybe a Will-O-Wisp, but he does just Brave Bird, which is awesome. I'm max defense, max HP. Got the Rocky Helmet, just mwah, that's going to be delicious. From the damage I find out he is Sharp Beak, so I get confirmation on that. I thought it would be, but yeah. So he takes Rocky Helmet, he takes damage from Brave Bird, just that's delicious. So I thought he would switch out here into like Sableye or something, but he just stays in and sacks it off. I'm for Dragon Tail here because I thought, you know, he'd switch and I can just get rocks damage on things. But no, he does stay in, and he does just barely live that, which is awesome, because then I can still get a kill for Tyrantrum, because otherwise that would be a suicide for Talonflame, and it would not be a kill for Tyrantrum, which is a stupid rule, but it is what it is. So he brings in Lapras here. I thought, if you're like bulky, like max HP, max special attack, I can outspeed you. But no, he does outspeed me and just kills me with the Freeze Dry, so I thought he was like, at least had a good amount of speed, enough to outspeed me. Or maybe he was just like max speed or something, but actually was Scarfed, which I did not find out till after the match, because I talked to Astroid. So here I bring in Infernape. Actually, hold on, I'm gonna pause. I bring in Infernape because I looked at his team. I thought everything is kind of weakened down. Talonflame is gone. I think I could bring in Infernape and just sweep this point. I could have brought in Glalie, Nidoqueen, you know, something just to get a kill here. I mean, really anything I could have brought in, just gotten a nice kill. But I realized I think Infernape can just clean up. The only thing I am worried about that was the Cobalion, because it's not in range where Mach Punch kills. It's at like 70 or so %, or like 65, 60, somewhere around there. And Mach Punch does like around half, although that's if he's max speed, max attack, with like no HP. But judging from the leftovers, I think he is more bulky. So I don't think his Cobalion's going to be able to outspeed me, but I'm not sure. So if he does not bring in the Cobalion here, I'm going to assume that he's not max speed. Because I'm not max speed on this Infernape. I'm almost max, but I have enough to outspeed the Garchomp, which he did not bring. So he brings in Sableye here, and from the help from the Stealth Rocks, I believe a Flare Blitz will kill him. I think it might have been a roll. I believe he was max defense, max HP, but the roll was heavily in my favor, it looks like, and that Flare Blitz does just knock him out. So Infernape picks up 2 kills so far. So I'm getting damage from the you know, Life Orb and everything. So I'm hoping, yeah, Infernape can stick through this and not die to Life Orb or anything, and get all of these kills. So he does bring in the Cobalion, and I could Mach Punch, but it won't kill. So I'm just gonna hope I outspeed, and I do. I do go for the close combat. I could have switched into like Nidoqueen or something, and then I guess sacked it off, and then brought in like Raikou and played it really safe. But I feel like I didn't need to, because even if he did outspeed me, I'm not sure if he could knock me out, and even if he did, it's not a big deal, because I think I still could have won that game. So he just brings in Mew, which is just going to die to 2-way Flare Blitz, and he has the Electros in the back, which is also just going to die. So that is a good game here, as Infernape's going to be able to clean up picking up a 4th kill here against Mew, and it's going to be able to pick up a 5th against the Electros. So good game, Astroid. Thank you for Astroid. Thank you for Astroid for recording my side of the battle. I couldn't grammar there, whatever. Yeah, he's a cool lad. He's nice. He's dank. So check him out. Link will be down below. Really glad this battle was good for me. I picked up a 5-0 win, which essentially everything just kind of worked to plan. I was able to to bait in the Talonflame, and I was able to weaken it down with Stealth Rocks, and then it just died to Tyrantrum, just being bulky, Rocky Element just being a beast. So everything just kind of went to plan here. I killed the Talonflame, weakened stuff down, and then Fernie just kind of came in and just did its job. Even though like Nidoqueen or Glalie did not get any kills, it still helped out in just weakening things down, which was really nice and really helpful. I'm glad every Pokemon is able to to get on the field at some point. That was good. So Astroid's now 3-5. I'm now 6-2. So that's cool. We're still in first in our division. That's awesome. We have Jordy and Cypher all right behind us at 4-3. So I would think at least one of them loses, but there's a chance that all 3 is going to win, because this is the second week where we play, where we all play teams from the other division. So they all play different teams, so they could all win. They could all lose, which I hope happens. But yeah, good game to Astroid. Good luck to him in the rest of the season. I would like to see him maybe in Pokeball. He still has a chance of making playoffs. He's 3-5. He'll probably have to win out. He might be able to lose one more game, but I would like to see him make the playoffs. It is his first season, but like Dench made the playoffs last season in his first season, so it's very possible. But yeah, definitely check out Astroid. He's really cool. It's an awesome dude. So check him out. I kind of said everything. I don't want to keep on rambling, so I've just like said a bunch of words, and like I feel like I don't need to say anything more. Everything just kind of went to plan there. Is awesome. I wish I got some kills with like Glalie, or maybe yeah, I would like to get some kills with Glalie. Because Glalie is a beast, and I mean from its stats, it doesn't really show that. It only has 2 kills so far this season, but still, it's been a great mon just helping out my team. Like this week, it was helpful. To weaken down the Cobalion for Inferni, although Inferni could go to it anyways. But it allowed me to scout its set, which kind of allowed me to kind of play the way I did with Infernape. So Glalie still helped out, and it was a big help in week 4 versus Jolts. But I need to just shut up. I've already talked enough, man. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like this video if you're a cool guy. Comment, say how cool I am, say how much I suck. I don't know. Whatever. Subscribe to me, subscribe to Astroid, sub to the MPL channel, sub to all these lads. Yeah, there are links down below. You can check things out. Infernape now has 10 kills, tied with Manaphy. So that's pretty cool. But, yeah, I'm just going to get out here and shut up. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week where we play Jordy again. That should be a good match. Goodbye.